I need you to sit down because you're making me nervous, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You have a fucking red dot on your head. Legit. Like, I'm being serious. Look at it. Today, I'm going to be talking about my experience and how I got pregnant at 17. And how I told my parents, how the family found out, and how I found out. How me and my baby's father found out, I should actually say. And the whole experience of it, just being pregnant at a young age. I'll talk about how it all started. I was a freshman. This is how me and the baby's father met. I was a freshman, he was a junior. We went to the same school. We had like one same class, I think. That's how we met. I think it was 2 or 1. I don't remember, but I think it was 1. I had asked them, like, the first time we started talking, I asked them, like, do you want gum? And then it all just started from there, and then we became best friends. And then it was like an on and off thing for like 3 years. And then after the 4th year of being best friends, he had asked me out. And I was, I think, a junior at the time. Ending school of a junior, yeah. And he was in school. I think he was like 18, 19 at the time. I think he was 18, about to turn 19. And then, well, he lived with his parents, I lived with mine. We moved far, like literally on the other side of town. And then I went to a different school. I moved and it was harder to see him. And then for some reason I started seeing him more, like every weekend, and I was put on independent studies. That's the reason why I started seeing him more. I would literally sleep here like the whole weekend, like leave from like school, get picked up by him, and then leave home like Sunday night, like at 9, take a shower and just go to sleep. Like that was it. I was with him all the time, sometimes even during the week. And then it just started getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and then it came to a point where we turned a year, and then a little bit passed, and then I moved in to his house in December of 2017. I had got a birth control put in my arm in 2016, I think it was, or the beginning of 2017. I was gonna turn a year with the birth control in my arm. Like, I used to have a scar. I still do, you know what I'm talking about. And it hurt a lot. And then my mom was like, I need you to be protective. Like, if you get pregnant, well, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. And she just kept telling me, like, she's the one that even took me to go get the birth control in the first place. Like, she was the reason why I got it. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I talked to her about it, and then I got it. And she took me, she helped me. She was helpful throughout the whole thing. Like, she was there. I did it all by myself though. But I just did it by myself. Like, I didn't have a parent to do it with me, you know? And I had the birth control in for like about a year. And that was from when we started dating till I got pregnant. And then December passed. I was living here for about still living here, so I would say like 6 months. It's about to turn or something like that. Well, it was around, I think, February. I don't really know when I got pregnant because I didn't know. I didn't have my period for that long. Like, I had the birth control in and I didn't know I didn't have a period that whole time. Like, no period every month for almost straight a year. And then 3 months passed. It was like February. In the beginning of February, my birthday's February. I was 17, and then I turned 18 on the 28th of February of 2018. I think I found out I was pregnant before and I think I got pregnant somewhere around like, I don't know, the beginning of the 2 or 3 weeks of February. I didn't know I was pregnant, and I just started like around those weeks I started to feel really weird. I remember me and Omar, we had went to go take pictures, and he had got me a birthday present, and it was a ring, and it was also like a birthday / Valentine's gift. And we went to go take pictures, and I kept trying to make my ring stand out, and it made it look like, I don't know, like I knew I was pregnant, but I didn't know I was pregnant. Like the pictures looked that way. I don't know why. I was just trying to make my ring stand out, and I was sick that day. I remember I was having bad like headaches, and just I wanted to throw up. I couldn't stand up for a long period of time. And then ever since then, I remember I was just feeling really sick. I didn't want to get out of bed or anything. And then I started the birth control, and keep in mind, okay? And then I remember one day I was just like, I told Omar, I was like, I feel weird. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but my body feels weird. Like, I feel inside weird. And he was just like, well, like, I don't know, what's wrong? And I was just thinking, like, I don't know. Like, we weren't using protection. Well, we were on and off, but at the time we weren't. And then, like, I was in bed looking it up and just thinking, like, what if I'm pregnant? Like, I've been sick for like 2-3 weeks straight. I felt weird. I felt like I had no energy. Like, something was wrong with me. Like, it was weird. I looked up the symptoms of pregnancy while on birth control. All the things that were coming up were what was going wrong with me. Like, it was basically the same as being pregnant, like the symptoms. And I kind of knew because, I mean, I was the oldest in my mom's family, so like I heard it from all my aunts. Like, they were always pregnant, one of them at least. Sounds bad, but it's not. So I kind of had a clue, and then, you know, friends, like, they would tell me that they felt weird, and like I kind of like just knew. And then I was just telling him, like, we need to go to the doctors and I need to get checked out because I feel weird. And then it came to be that they were like, I need you to take a pregnancy test. That's the only way we'll know. I took one, came out positive right in front of me. And then they were like, okay, well, we need to take that thing out. And I was just thinking, like, fuck, my mom's gonna kill me. I've been living with my boyfriend for 3 months, and I got pregnant. Like, it wasn't even fully 3 months. Like, it was about to be. I was just thinking, my mom's gonna kill me because I'm pregnant, and I'm gonna make myself look bad to the family. The family was gonna just talk a lot and judge me. I was scared. And then, well, after that, like, I told the baby's father, I was like, I'm pregnant, like, what are we gonna do? And then he was like, well, I don't know, like, we need to tell your mom and stuff. And I was just like, no, because obviously I was scared because he's not the one telling, you know, his parents, because obviously his parents were gonna get mad because he's old enough, you know. But me being underage, it was hard. Like, I didn't want to get yelled at. I wasn't gonna have an abortion. And like, they even asked me there, like, do you want to have an abortion, or are you keeping this baby? I was like, I'm keeping it. Like, what are you talking about? I can't do that. I was telling him about it, and then he was like, okay, well, are you sure? Are you positive they like really knew? And so that day, I remember, I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. I remember that day we took like 4 pregnancy tests from like 2 different brands, and then they all came back positive, and we just started crying because it was like, obviously it was happiness. It wasn't sad. It was just like we were kind of like worried what was gonna happen. We were crying. And so I remember like a few weeks passed, my birthday passed, and then, or I think it was before, fuck, it's only been like a couple months and I'm already forgetting. But I told my boyfriend, I was like, I'm gonna tell my mom this week, like I'm gonna tell her. I don't know how I'm gonna tell her, but I'm gonna tell her because, you know, like I'm having these problems. And he was just like, what do you like, what do you mean, or blah blah blah. And I was telling him like, I'm bleeding, like I don't know why or what or whatever. And I was scared. I thought I was having like a miscarriage or something, and I didn't have a choice but to tell my mom at that moment, like. And then she came over one day that week, and then I was just, it was sooner than I thought too. And she brought my older sister with her, the oldest sister, which she's behind me. She's 15 years old, right? And so I'm telling her, I sat down on the corner of the couch, and she's sitting like on the same couch as me, but like more at the end of the couch. My sister's sitting in front of her, but with the chair. And then it's my boyfriend, he's sitting like on the opposite of the wall, like he's sitting somewhere else because he's scared now. And then I'm just like, I don't even know how I'm gonna tell her. And then I tell my mom, like, I have something to tell you. And then she was like, what? And my sister just smiled at me. She was like, you're pregnant. And I was just, my face just, I felt like I got red, like just talking about it. I remember that day, like how I felt. And just like because she said it, and I couldn't talk, like I was stuck, like it was weird. And so she was like, you're pregnant. And then I just remember walking, like I got up from the couch, I walked away, and as I was walking away, I remember I was crying because I didn't know how to tell her, and like she already had said it, and like I couldn't hide it. So I walked away. I went to the room and I got the pregnancy test, and then I told my mom, like I just gave her the box, and then she opened it. Obviously it was the box of the pregnancy test, so she knew what she was opening. And she was just like, she looked up at me and she just started crying. My sister was like smiling the whole time because she was happy that she was gonna be an aunt. And then my mom was just like, her first things were, you're pregnant. I was like, yeah. And then she was like, I'm gonna be a grandma. I was like, yeah. And then she was just like, oh my god, like when did you know, or when did you find out? Like I thought she was gonna be mad and all these things, but no, she wasn't mad. She was mad because I hadn't told her when I found out. I had told her because I was kind of like forced to tell her, because I needed to tell her for her to take me to the doctors, because obviously you need a parent at 17 to take you to the doctors to sign, you know, whatever they need to sign, because they're in charge of you. And so I had to tell her. And then I remember that same day we went to the hospital. We were there for like 4 fucking hours, dude. 4 long ass hours. No, I think it was actually like 5, about to be 6 hours. And we all went together, and then we went, and then they told me like, oh, it's nothing, it's happened to girls when, you know, they get pregnant sometimes, it's just a little bit of bleeding, it's normal, whatever. Me and the baby's father were relieved because went to the doctors, it was nothing. And then that same day my mom was like, we left like later in the day, right? It was already night by the time we left the hospital, and so we left there knowing it was nothing, like the baby was fine. I found out I was pregnant at 15 weeks. Well, actually I found out before. I think it was 2 weeks. Now that I remember, I was 2 weeks. I was 2 weeks pregnant. And they tried to tell me when they took out the birth control, like they tried to tell me like, oh, you're about probably 2 weeks by just like looking at the weeks. And when I found out I was pregnant, and like the first time, they were gonna tell me, like, they looked at the baby and it was, I didn't really get to see it, but they just told me, like, oh, you're 2 weeks, the baby's heartbeat, like, it's not there, we can't really tell you how many weeks you are. But I know how many weeks I was because of, I went to the hospital and they told me, they looked at it, there was no heartbeat still. I was 5 weeks pregnant when my mom had found out and I had found out. She was in the room that day with me the whole time, like, only her. And then from there on, like, it was good vibes, like, you know. And then my dad, he had found out later that day. I remember we went to Popeyes and we went all together. The baby's father was there, included. And like, him and my dad are pretty cool. They have a good bond. And so my dad was just sitting in front of me that day. And he's like, so what'd you go to the doctors for? And my mom hadn't told him why I went. She just wanted to tell him by herself because she felt like it wasn't the right time. And so she told them later that day. We had ate that day, and then we left, and then they dropped us off at home. And then I guess on the way, when they were driving home to their house, it was like, she told him, she was like, Emily's pregnant and this, like, and he took it good. Like, I guess he was just like hurt because, you know, I'm young. And he just like slowly started to be happy in a way. Well, he was happy since the beginning because he was gonna be a grandpa. Yeah, he was upset but happy, but he was upset because he was gonna be old now. He was gonna be considered a grandpa. Be mad, he wasn't wanting to talk to me, you know? It was nothing that I thought. Thank God. It just went on. It just went on. Oh my God. It just went on. It just went on. It just went on. Oh my God. It just went on. My dad, like, everyone else started to find out. My mom was like, don't like tell anybody that you're pregnant, don't post about it yet. Let, like, me tell the family or whatever, or wait till the baby actually has a heartbeat. I was 5 weeks at the time when she had said that. And then I was just like, okay, well, we'll wait. And I kind of just wanted to post it, but I couldn't. Like, I couldn't post it, you know, because things always happen or whatever. And so I remember we started buying things for the baby, like, slowly. They were all like neutral colors, like, you know, like yellow, gray, white, or little things like that. For some girls it might be hard because they just don't know how to tell their parents. And I hope my story helped some of you teen moms out there that just found out or been knowing and they're hiding it for their parents for so long. It's just, everyone's different. They have their own times. They have like their ways of telling their parents or their family. Oh, and how my family found out. I think my mom had told my grandma, and then her mom, which is my grandma, she had told her, and then it just like spreaded the word. And then I remember like a couple, like, I think like a month later, we showed up to a family party, and just everyone knew, my little cousins knew, just everybody knew. And it was, everybody was just asking me like, how'd you find out? Nobody was mad. Like, everyone was just happy for us. They didn't treat us different because I was young and pregnant at 17. Well, actually, yeah, I got pregnant at 17 and, you know, still pregnant at 18, which I'm still pregnant. And they all just took it good. Like, everyone was just giving me advice, like, sleep now before the baby comes because you're gonna get no sleep. And you had so much training because you're the oldest in the family and you had to take care of all the little ones. And so I was always babysitting. So yeah, I like love kids, so I got to like teach myself there. And they taught me and I learned. I know probably a lot for a 17-year-old who are wondering. Yes, we are still together. me and the baby's father. I'm still living here. I'm for 4 months and 3 weeks tomorrow. And then I will be turning 5 months next week. We've done halfway there. It's a sure leave. What else? Oh, I'll probably be putting a picture somewhere in there, like from when I found out and then from, you know, now. How the difference is, like it grew so big. And then, oh, we had a gender reveal party also, like 2 weeks ago. As you can see by the pink stuff. I'll be putting a little video in here if I can. Of the gender reveal. 3. And how we found out. We popped the balloon, my mom and my brother-in-law were the only one that knew what the gender was. We found out through a 3D and 4D, I think it's 4D. Yeah, 3D and 4D pictures. I'm gonna be naming her Amira. I look over there because her name's over there. Not because I don't know her name, but her name's on the wall. Her name's gonna be Amira Aliyah Fonseca. Yeah, that's the daddy's name. Her father's name. She'll be having his last name. She's gonna be a Fonseca, so I hope she looks like my beautiful self. No, I'm just kidding. Give me my book. I'm gonna be showing you guys pictures of Amira. We took these about 2 weeks ago. Right there in the door. We took 3Ds and 4D pictures. Oh, also, this first picture that's in here was the first picture we ever got of her. You can barely see her, like you can only see her head. And that day, like we were so excited because it was our first appointment at a doctor, like a baby doctor's, and we had seen her for the first time. We haven't heard her heart until 2 weeks ago when we found out the gender. Well, my mom found out the gender, but when we went for that, this is the picture of the first appointment. Yeah. There, you can only see her head. Look at Chucha.
I know, that's fine.
Oh, these were for the 4D pictures.
They can see my face.
And then here are more.
Those are good down. Close. They need the right angle.
That's baby Amira. She's beautiful, huh? I know. Oh, and then it's a girl. So you guys can see that. That's your little private part. And then we got a DVD. And I think it's just the whole pictures of that day.
Okay, well.
But yeah, that's my story. And I hope it helped a lot of you teen mummies out there that are going through the same things or a tougher situation or don't want to tell their parents.
It's fine.
And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed our video. And subscribe, not follow, subscribe.
And
that. But our Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, and Snapchat. If you guys want to add me, don't add me if you're a guy because motherfucker.
She gonna get in trouble.
No, I just won't friend you back. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Bye.